Do a little bit of work here, a little bit of food. All right, now let's copy it. Copy link. Over here. Stuff. I want to do some testing of some test fitting and playing around. Testing of some test fitting. I do want to. I like how it's throwing this here, but I need a little clip because it just kind of always falls out and it looks irritating. A little clip all I can make and just like just clipped in there. Keeps it out of the way. I'll put this right here because if Bobo comes back, you can get scrapped on that. Wow, that whole thing was. I was parked here one night with my friend. We're just sitting here. I'm doing some testing with the Reflectix, and Buddy comes around and parked right here. Do you see this whole parking lot? And there was a car there, over there. But like, dude, don't park right beside me when we're just chilling in the park and then pretend like I'm just gonna ignore them. Yeah, that won't happen a second time. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of testing, and the sun's gone down. It's gotten pretty cool. I should grab my sweater. I think I will beforehand. So let's change the camera around. Well, now I gotta find a new spot because when you rearrange things, your old stuff don't go where it was before. You sit there. Let me kill this. I don't want this right now. There we go. Okay. Just sit there for the time being. Some leftovers and some Nato's potatoes. Got some barbecue pulled pork poutine. This stuff is phenomenal. And theoretically should have got the small because the large is just huge. This is leftover, man. Hang on, let me. This is doing this one hand is always easy. Barbecue pulled pork, amazing. So I think I will eat first while it's still warm. So I put it in the oven when I got back home. It's phenomenally good. Okay, so what I want to do tonight. Now, this is a portable toilet. Came with the vehicle. Has never been used. So I want to try and see about, like, obviously it sits here, but if I have this in a camping configuration, I mean non-camping configuration, it can sit here, but how convenient is that on a regular basis? And is it even possible to sit on this for me inside of here? Because that's not a lot of room up there. Although this is on side, still not a lot of room with that height in there. So I think all I'm really testing is the height. As obviously, if I'm camping in this, I'm gonna have more crap in here than just what I got here. So yeah, and if I can sit on this without it being awkward, then I need to look at privacy. Now, I've got the Reflectix. That'll go on the back window, and the ones on the side. I do have a curtain, so I can be private in here. That's no problem. But setting up to be private might be a problem if the need is urgent. Maybe some repurposing. I got a lot of crap in here. Tools, there's a sweater, more reusable grocery bags are in here. That's where I store them. So none of these tools are really superfluous. Not all are immediately usable. Some when needs arise. I mean, a multimeter, replacement torch, lighter, the backup lighter. I got off. I don't really use off. I never have. Maybe when I was younger, but I'm not really big on those type of chemicals. This is a small little inverter. It's like a little 20-watt thing. Maybe okay for like a cell phone or. But I don't know what you would plug in here that only takes 20 watts these days. You got a USB port. Ever Start. This is some cheap thing. I have no idea where I got it. It's 5-volt output, so 2.1 amps, so it's not too bad. Input, you know, regular 13.8 and 3 amps. For touching its lows, it probably just means fuse. This should be, actually, I think that's a flashlight. This is a little screwdriver, but also tire depth gauge. Don't really, need it per se, but handy to have if you're just checking tire problems. Minor out of the way. Oh, good. This is flashlights. I'm not a Maple Leaf fan, but it is a compact little flashlight. Maybe it's for something or other, or who knows. That's for being my vents up front and around the radio bezel. The soft brush. I won't get into the rest of this because, well, I'm using it as a table. And this stuff was awesome. Well, I suppose making a loud noise here in a public park, because I'm sure you're picking up that bass, is better than being on a street with people around you. So at least they had the decency to do that. So the only thing I really need to do is just set this on the floor and just sit on it just to see how much space I do or do not have. And that's about it. Previous person who owned this vehicle is really short. Well, significantly shorter than me, so she'd have no problem sitting on it. But I probably had about 6 inches taller than her. So that makes a big difference in getting up this height. Yo! Sunset going down. Well, sun is set. Sunset going down. Don't really need this as a cloth. That's like that nylon stuff is just more than washable. I've already spilled wax on it, so on the candle test. And the heated candle test worked really, really well. Man, this stuff is pretty good, man. So, the large was about twice the volume of this. It's 18 bucks. So, if you get 2 meals out, I'd say $9 a meal. Which isn't terrible. I did forget to stop by somewhere and get something to drink, but so I figure I'll use up between a quarter and probably a third of a tank. Not quite half. To 250K. So, what do you want to round it off with? 30%, 35%. So 35% of 50 bucks, because it's what I filled it up with. But if we just overthink it, so it wasn't that empty. It was 36 liters. Oh, 50 bucks for 36 liters. So if I only use 35% of that, so what's 10? 36, 3.6 times 3, that's 9, and 6 times 3, 18, so it's 10.8 liters. And I hated math in high school, can you believe that? 10.8 liters, and it was like $1.34, and that was really cheap. So it was 13 bucks to drive up there and back today, give or take, 13 to 15 bucks. Spent $19 because of the $1 pop. So it's $32. Bought a coffee. I should add that in. Coffee and a wrap. That was at 8 bucks. So we're up to 40 bucks. Oh wait, no. Yeah, is that right? 13, yeah. So 40 bucks. And I made 10 from a sale. So it cost me 30 bucks for today. Would have made a little bit more if I hadn't forgotten something. One of the things that I sell that is highly, highly popular, and you know, you just forget things, and it just sucks. I mean, I might have made maybe another 10 bucks. But got to meet more people, made some more friends, inspired some more people with some of the ideas that I had. Some ideas, some implementation of others' ideas. The curtain, specifically a curtain, is not my idea, but how I put it up was pretty brilliant. They like that. How I insulated the curtain, that was also my idea. So that was a pretty good idea for them. They might do something like that. I don't know. Well, stop. Thanks for stopping by. I'm not bending, just saying thanks for stopping by. Yep, it's the Sunset, and I made a Sunset Orange Pearl Honda Element, 2003. This is pretty salty. I really wish I did bring something to drink. I don't really want to waste the gas and time to go drive somewhere, which isn't far, and back again. So I'll just live with it. Guess you can consider this my nomadic style test run, or camping style test run, take your pick. Well, someone had made some good suggestions. You know, sleep in your vehicle if you want to test out camping and survivability and stuff and things you might need. Sleep in your vehicle once a month. You find out what you're missing, what you're forgetting, what you need. I think it's a good test. You want to go camping and you don't want to forget anything. Also, you don't necessarily want to bring anything you're not really going to need. unless you got a big van or something with a trailer, small vehicles, how about minimalism and getting the maximum use out of the minimal space and item? So, learning how to do that with bigger things. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff here. No, not a lot, but tools. A lot of the stuff will be reorganized a bit. Once I build the roof rack up top and the basket, then I can move the spare tire up there. Eventually I'd like to get a full-size spare. Down the road, one step at a time. But unless I get this other job that pays notably well, get into and then develop a whole new routine. I just have to find a good place to park on a consistent basis. I mean, I know I can bounce around a little bit. This small pain in the ass. Or maybe a big one. What do I know? But at least it wouldn't be all kinds of salt. Certainly not a lot of snow in BC, because that's where, yeah, the job was. Speaking of jobs, it's just random text that my resume. Anyway, if I can remember their wording, because the wording is important. I was going to leave my watch there because it needs to be charged. Oh well. Let's see. It goes, your resume for GL of ON benefits specialist was reviewed by our team. May we schedule an online interview for and a date and time? It's like, who the hell are you? And benefits specialist? That sounds suspiciously like life insurance company. Some crap in there. So I simply replied to the text, who is GL of ON? Please provide more details. I mean, sounds like a life insurance. I'm not gonna go sell life insurance, man. That's just crazy. You pay enough money to LinkedIn, you get access to a lot more profiles. You send out stuff. They're literally sending stuff out, throwing crap against the wall and see what sticks. Hoping they can get someone to get a job. So whatever recruiting agency this is for whatever company, you get their commission. I once came here, and in this tree, there was a bike in the tree. And it wasn't just low. Like someone had climbed up there, hauled up there, and stuck it in this tree. It was so weird to see that. And it was a kid's bike. Yeah. In Hamilton, anything goes, man. Not sure how much this is really helping, the diet that I'm trying on, but at least there's a good chunk of meat in it, so, This is actually pretty good. They had a lot of flavors. I got their menu in a previous live stream that's still probably uploading or waiting, whatever. YouTube taking forever to process something, but for some reason when I stop a live stream, it still says my mic is in use. It's like, It's sitting there waiting. What's it waiting for? If it's processing, fine, just say processing. If it's just sitting there waiting, okay. But why is my mic so active when the live stream is done? Oh, good. This is what we need. Some Yahoo. This fucking little cobalt going dust over the place. Oop. Now he's talking to the car, talking to someone in the car. He's saying, I fucking hate you. But he opened the trunk to say that. Slamming doors and everything. I was over with his buddies and the audio stuff. Sounds like he was running off the limiter. He's mad at something. He's mad at the car. Automotive drama, ladies and gentlemen. It sounds like he was just running off the rev limiter. He's running out of fuel. Because they're so far and go, you're hitting the limit of the fuel. Drama. And I've had a lot of cars. I don't think I've ever said I hated them. Oh, how many hiccups? I ate a little too quickly. Oh. I got hiccups. It's a Chevy Cobalt, man. He hates his car. Go figure. It's a Chevy Cobalt, so what do you expect? Especially trying to get to do the things it was never really designed to do. I don't care if it's an SS model or not. That's just a badging left over from the Chevy Nova SS back in the 60s when SS meant something like Super Sport. It's a Cobalt. There's no Super Sport version from the factory that's anywhere near meaning the same. Well. Oh well, c'est la vie. Well, I suppose I can see what this is like. I've been told from a few reviews I haven't seen online that this is one of the best styles for camping. Okay. Try that this way. So, a little bit of a tour. Toilet tour, if you will. So these are, zoom up, two pieces. That's the tank. This is the seat. Pretty straightforward. It actually has one of these. You can actually sit on it. Now, once you've done your business, you pull this thing. It opens that lever up. And then you can use this. This is a sprayer. Now, of course, it's not. This is a pump that sprays water down into here so I can flush. 2 pieces to come apart. There's even a float in there so it can tell you when this is full. Take it apart. You can go somewhere. This part swivels. And well, it's not gonna. It's kind of. It's tough when it's together. This swivels out so you can dump it. This is your water tank. So you can fill whatever you're pumping in for your flush. It could be water. It could be a mix of, some sort of anti-pesticide and some sort of chemical to help clean and wash. So pull it open, do your thing. But I really can't see me sitting here. I think the slope is just a little too high. I should try it in the back. Well, front, back, in the middle, by in front of the seats. Let's go and open the door. Set the camera up in the middle spot. There it is. Just put a few things away that I had out to show people. All right. Let's swap that around. There. You'll be highly amused by me fake using a toilet, and just to kind of not highlight to everybody here. So try this at home, kids. Technically, this would be my home. Oh, well, yeah. Make it work. I think I got 0 headroom. If I were to straighten my back, I can't even straighten my back. Awkward? Yes. Does it work? Also, yes. Well, test successful. Oh, boy. So, not too bad. All right. Let's bring this back. Oh, doesn't like when my phone rotates. So, simply storing it back there is easy enough. Well, there it goes again. Call the police and someone just being a bozo. I guess he's trying to set up his card, tune and whatnot, and that's fine. But this is not the place. Now gravel on a gravel surface, less than ideal or smart. At least going down to the other side now, but. Yeah, see if he's still mad. He got out of the car. I didn't slam the door this time. I guess he's trying to tune it for whatever, but oh well, kids these days, you know, like, get off my lawn. I'm a little closer to that age I am their age. Even though I played with cars and done dumb things too. Never hated my car. Never got so upset that I hated the car. Loved it a lot more. I had a lot cooler cars. Like, no one's impressed with a Chevy Cobalt. SS version or not, no one's impressed. In factory form, even. There's a lot of kicking around that's been some mods and whatnot, yes. But I had a 74 Charger, man. It was the basic model. Didn't have anywhere near as much horsepower as half these cars do. My Honda Element has more horsepower than that car did. That oil embargo thing was messy, but it was a much cooler looking car to have. Yeah. Each their own. Alright, so toilet test seat successful. So this can be done in here. I have to double check because this has a ridge. I'm not sure how well the camera may or may not be picking up. There's a dark line that goes back and forth. I think it's a ridge. I don't know if there's necessarily more room. I suspect there's more headroom back here, but this also slopes up. The reason there's more headroom back here, these are like stadium seats. So when you're sitting, no, don't do this. When you're sitting in these seats, you're sitting higher than the seats in front. So you can sit up and see people, not, you know, down. So also that was a brilliant idea on Honda's part. So the back sits up. Now right now I'm at a bit of an angle, so it seems maybe a little exaggerated, but it still gives you the idea. Let's go back to here. Now, I didn't want to miss the rest of this day, being outside and enjoying the nice. It's cooling off now. But just want to enjoy this. Oh, I see the first star of the night. Straight over that way. Now, I have a bunch of cool apps. Right, if I can remember their names. Hang on. I'll just look at the apps real quick. Be able to see the star. It's pretty much... There it is, right there. That is Venus. That's why it's so bright, because you can see it before any other stars in the sky. Nothing else I can see anywhere. But that is Venus. Hey, hello to Venus, everybody. That's pretty cool. The open app, Sky View Light. Really handy. If you want to point, you literally just open up, it will orientate itself to where you are, and then you can point the camera and point it at a star. And it will tell you what star it is. Or planet, or ISS that goes around. Of course, it knows what the sun is. You can generally tell that, well, it's up anyways. And the moon. There's a lot of really cool apps out there. Like I said, Skyview Light is one of them. Flight Radar is another one. It's one that not too many people know about, but it's super useful. If you see a plane and you're just curious about the plane, you open up Flight Radar and it will show you all the flights around the world, but immediately it shows you an area. You just tap on the little plane icon that's going across and you can see some information about it, like its designation, where it left, where it's going to. And if you're near an airport, and if it's on approach, it will give you the line of its flight path. And you get the height and the altitude, the altitude, the speed. You don't get any of that information if it's a military aircraft. You just know that there's a military aircraft up there, but not much else beyond that. For, obvious reasons. It also gives you helicopters, like the Medivacs, the orange helicopters. They are painted orange, but they're also called orange. Those are the rescue ones. The little news choppers. You can zoom out anywhere in the world and see flights going on all the time. Now, there's also another website for live ship radar type of thing. So you can see where all the ships are on the ocean. I want to make a little display board, like one giant monitor that has like flight radar and the live ship. Add some other stuff like, you know, the live sun weather. What's the yeah? I think I remember the name of the app. I got one too. Hang on, I'll be right. Sun is up too right now. No, well, 8 minutes ago. Because by the time we get to know about it, it's about 8 minutes. So the sun could literally blow up right now, and we would not know it for 8 minutes. That's when the information, the wave, the energy would actually hit us. So that's a fun thought, isn't it? But yeah, having all that kind of information. So you got the flight radar, the ships, a lot of ship maps. You can have Skyview light up there, but not as useful because it's only useful when you're looking around at a point. Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of live information, like the weather, obviously. So you can have flight, ships, weather. Those would be definitely important things to, you know, keep track of. Then when you see patterns change, because you don't have to track each and every single little thing, but you're just looking for patterns. So when patterns change, something's up. Like, they've done some weird pattern recognition, and they could figure out when there is a big US military involvement movement going to happen using the weirdest metric: dominoes. The number, when the order of dominoes goes up and going to the White House, then, you know, they've ordered pizza for everybody because there's a big thing going on, and well, they need to keep people there and keep them fed. Now I have a volcano thing too, but yeah, dominoes orders, when those go up, that's funny, just to find out that you can kind of know something is up just because they ordered a lot of dominoes, keeping people going. I mean, it's got to be one of the funniest metrics they've ever used to figure out when some war-based thing in the U.S. is going to happen, because the number of orders to local dominoes in Washington, D.C. goes up. Wild. So you have volcanoes, planes, flights. I would imagine there's one for trains. No, he started up again. So they do some tweaking and... Now he's going to do another run. Yeah, might hear some more noise. Maybe some more swearing. My watch is down to 4%. So I was going to leave it at home. It's an automatic. How much more are you really going to get out of it? He just stopped over there. Yeah. This is all modern vehicles now. It's all computerized. Also finely tuned. We've hit the limit of what you can get out of an internal combustion engine. Who the hell was it? I'll have to look it up. One of the supercars, a 3-cylinder motor putting out 600 horsepower. That's kind of insane. I think the peak of your common engine Volvo did with their 4-cylinder T6 motor, when it's turbocharged and supercharged. Oh, here he goes. No, before he stayed down on his other side. He's not screaming by. He's doing some trying to get some tuning on it. Well, he's there. But he doesn't seem to be shouting as much, so maybe he's getting somewhere, or finally got over it. Oh, I'm smelling something. That smells like brake. A brake. I think he got a brake sticking. That smells like burning brake. Nothing should be burning. Is he leaving? Well, he's heading out the park. Well. Some people these days, they get a little way too attached. They get really upset when the thing you expect doesn't happen. I mean, I can understand that. But I've been, working pretty hard not to be too attached. It's not always successful. I'm human. I have my foibles. I'm fallible. But when you get so attached to something and you can't let go, or choose not to let go, and then develop the habit of not letting go, and then saying you can't let go, but you weren't born with that connection, so that attachment. So it really is a mindset. People talk themselves right into their own little world, their own little problems, and then want to blame everybody else. They seem to blame everybody else. And, oh, you need to conform to me because I can't do that. Well, you chose that. That's so many. Not saying all, but most. And they don't want to admit that they've done that themselves. I mean, it's totally different if you have some sort of major brain injury and your brain simply just can't make the connections to do something. Certainly physically, because the connection to the spine and your motor controls, that's been well proven. But you can still hear him screaming up and around, man. It's funny. Venus has moved a fair bit since I realized what it was. Hard to tell how much. Like from my vantage point, 2 fingers, maybe a finger and a half width. But it's obviously like millions of miles from. But it really hasn't moved. We have moved. Well, we're all moving, right? Yes, and where are we all going, eh? It's cool out, but not chilly, which is fine. There's enough light where you can still see me, which is kind of cool. Now the sun has gone down, and most of this light is from the park lights right now. You still hear him wailing on that car, and he's like blocks and blocks away now. Yeah. Oh, our spread is still at 4%. Yes, tomorrow I have to get groceries. I've made an order. I have to go and pick them up. Alright, pick them up. I don't know if I want to go to the board game shop. There's a shop here. They do board games so anyone can come and play, bring their own games, meet with other people. I rarely bring anything because, no, everybody else has stuff, so. And some people have the same stuff I do, so there's no point. Well, maybe I should bring zombies. Just because it's a mindless thing that you can just keep playing. That's just it's a funny game. And you don't need to think too hard on how it works. So maybe I'll bring it. See if people want to. Just doing some mindless stuff. So sometimes that's all you need. Just to have some fun without thinking too hard. It's a good sunset. Let's see. I don't know how well the sunset will pick up. Let's see. There we go. Well, the lens seemed to be. It doesn't seem to be dirty, which is, that's the way it's picking up. Let's see. That's a little better. It's weird, there seems to be a little bit more glow over there than over here. Even though the sun was kind of more over that way than this way, but just the way the light is. It seems that way. It's sunset, and there's the park lights. Boy, look at this picture. It looks a lot further away than what it really looks like in real person. And if I were kind of to match the camera to what I see, so if I'm looking at my screen, that's about the size that I see looking. So there's the sunset way over there, which is kind of funny. Zoom wide angle, I suppose. Get my live streaming time up today, that's for sure. I wonder if I can get Twitch going and stream No Man's Sky. It'd probably be pretty boring for most people, I would assume, but this is me guessing. Venus has gotten a little brighter. Let's take a look to Venus. Pardon me, hiccups. Hello, Venus. Now, when I first saw it, it was, let me get my finger, it was above the pole. And now it's moved over to there. Well, visually moved. Would be neat if I could share the screen of the app. I'd have to do that on another device, and it's just too much of a hassle. Kind of want to enjoy this as much as possible. Remember this feeling. I daily remember the day and the night. Because the long night is coming. Winter is coming! Winter is coming. Yeah. Well, my heated seat pads are in, and the vehicle warms up just fine. Oh, battery down to 3%. My watch battery is. Phone down to 59. Lots of power there. Prop batteries, and you can always plug it in, but I'm like 5 minutes from home, so. So Saturn, or Venus, seems to kind of doing this weird angles, like the way it's going. So the way we're turning, the way it seems to be moving from our perspective, a slight angle downwards. Most of the time, I just like chilling. Nothing too fancy here. All means, chat if there's something you want to say or chat about, or let me know where you're coming from, because it's always cool. I've met people from all around the world, which is always neat. I bet they didn't want to chat, so someone's gone. Another vehicle driving through. RAV4. I might have seen that RAV4 here before. Yeah, I've seen that RAV4 before. Deja Rav? Deja RAV4? I've seen this RAV4 before. Deja Toyota? Alright, not lame. I feel a little happy that buddy who parked back here just to, take a spot, that his car bottomed out on there. Likely when the back wheels went over the bump. That means it would have grabbed his bumper. If we're lucky, it actually damaged it. That would be karma for you. Well, they had the base going for a little bit there. Not sure how well this would pick up on the base. It's kind of neat how Venus seems to be sinking in the sky. Now I'll go back and check this video to see if it picked up any of that bass. As long as I don't get a copyright strike for somebody else playing music in the background. That's always, I would always be dumb. Venus seems to be twinkling. I do believe that's just the air and the particles going through the air interfering with the brightness. my test was successful, and it can be workable. I have to learn a little bit more how to use it, mostly on cleaning and storing and stuff. I would imagine you need some stuff to put in the bottom of the tank, so all the things the van lifers don't really talk about. They talk to cheap RV living, talk a little bit about these, but not too much. You need a little more maintenance details. Next year, definitely we'll see a lot more camping. Hope something works out pretty good, because I really do want to get a big battery pack. Well, I'd like to make my own. So that would be super, super handy. There's our buddy back again. No. There's somebody else with the, it was close to sounding. Wasn't as angry. Now that vehicle might be familiar too. I remember seeing a white SUV. I think it might be a Honda CR-V parked there. Yeah, you know, it's fine. I don't mind if someone needs to park there, be a nomad. Yeah, pushing the 1 hour mark. Somebody else coming in with just lights. We'll probably cancel this for the rest of the night. I think we've had a little bit enough fun. Yeah, alright. I think we've done enough. Thanks for everybody stopping by. Appreciate it. Yep. Subscribe to check things out later. I do random ones right now. Eventually I'll probably do something a little more consistent. That's the ultimate goal, I think, to do something more consistent. Thanks for stopping by.